and my name is Richard Robertson, back again with another training video, and I'm gonna teach you a little bit about SOPs. What is exactly an SOP? Well, an SOP is a strategic operating procedure, which you will be required to do once you start working with a client. This is a little bit of a training, this is a little bit of a POV of me, filling this SOP by myself, and a little bit of an example. So, first things first, this is the client name. You put first the date. Today is the 21st of July of 2020. Best year of all time. You put the client name. In this case, I'm going to put test. The client email, test at gmail.com. Client phone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. And company name, testing, Inc. Okay. Then you put your own name here. You put your role. In this case, it would be the trainer for the training videos. My WhatsApp, which is 555 555 555, and my email, which is testing@gmail.com. Okay. In this case, you put your own information. You put your name, you put your role, you put your WhatsApp number, and you put your email here. This should be filled already by the BA Locator people, but if it's not, you should know your client's name, email, company, and phone already as soon as you begin. This is what you will find. This is the basic project aspect. I already filled it up for you to see, but here you should show which kinds of projects you're working on. If you're working on 5 different projects, you have 5 different kinds of this. This is just a test regarding the training videos that I'm making right now. So, the first step for me is create a script or the slides, then make any requested changes to them, record the raw footage, change any last details, and send for review. Those are the 4 steps to create a video, basically, a training video. So, you should change this according to what you do. For example, if you're working on an Instagram page, the first step would be selecting pictures. The second step would be working on the copy for those pictures. The third step will be working on the text that accompanies that picture inside of the Instagram. And then the fourth step will be replying to comments or to instant messages. And you should change this like daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual, depending on how often you have to do these tasks, okay? As well as the materials and platform. In this case, of course, if I'm creating Google Slides and Google Scripts, I'm using Google Docs or Slides, or the equivalent with which is Word and PowerPoint. Or I'm using OBS, which is my recording software, which you can see right here. And finally, we edit them on Final Cut Pro. You put the materials and platforms that you're using for that project itself. In this case, if you're using Instagram, you're using Photoshop, then you use Photoshop. If you're using any other kind of editing software for the pictures, you put that software. If you're using any of the multiple options to schedule pictures on Instagram, you can do that as well. So that's it. As well as the password or logins, you should put them here if it isn't private information. If it's private information, you can just leave supplied by the company. Okay, so before you keep going to the flowchart which I'm gonna explain right after this, remember to add a how to do it video or voice notes. For example, you can just create a short training like what I'm doing here. You can either just record a voice note explaining how to create a script, how to do any of the step-by-step instructions that you made here. You can just record either using a voice note, a voice recorder, or you can create a video training for it. If you are actually going to record a video training, I would suggest OBS, which is the application that I'm using right now. It gives you enough changes and enough control over the video recording, which you can just install and use it. So that's it. Let's keep going to the flowchart. Afterwards, it is suggested for you to make a flowchart. I made a short flowchart which is a little bit too long to fit in here, but this is an example. As you can see, it's the same project, training videos, create scripts and slides. This is just a step-by-step option on how to create them. I use them, use Creately to create them. You don't need to use Creately. You can also use the tools that Google Slides gives you, but I think it's better using Creately. Anyways, you just create a flowchart of the usual tasks at hand when handling that particular project, and you move on to the next project. So on and so forth until you fill this up with all the projects you'll be working on. So for example, if you have 4 projects like this example here, 3 projects, you just fill it up, create a flowchart. Fill it up, create a flowchart. Fill it up and create a flowchart. That's it. And after that's done, you put the frequently asked questions or issues that could happen. In this case, if the raw footage is of subpar quality, you can just, in my case, I would check my recording settings, or if audio has echo with R2 usual issues that could happen, and I put it here. In your case, you don't know, if you had issues recording a video for Instagram, or you had issues editing a picture for Instagram, you would put it here, and the answers or solutions here. Well, that should be it. Remember to fill everything here, including their client's name, if it's not filled already, your information, and try to be really specific, step-by-step instructions on those on the tasks at hand. Like incredibly specific. Try to write them as if you were trying to teach a 5-year-old. Okay, just to make it as clear as possible. We don't want to assume knowledge. If someone else has to carry over for any reason, you want the tasks that you were working on as easy to understand as possible, with no amount of leeway. So that's basically what an SOP is. I hope you had a great time here. I hope you had to learn something, and I hope you have a great time working with your client. Take care and well, have a good one.